How's Callum tracking?
Look, he's okay at the moment. He's expected to train today, and we'll see how he goes at training.
What are his chances, you reckon?
Look, I don't know. At the moment, he seems okay, but once again, we don't know until he's finished training and seeing how he pulls up. He's been okay during the week. At this stage, we expect him to be all right, but he's still got to get through the training session and pull up okay.
And the doctors have sort of been happy with how he's progressed so far?
Yeah, they have. So he's progressed really well since probably Saturday, and has felt okay during the week. So that's all we can go on at the moment, and then see how he trains. But once again, the doctor always has the final say in that.
What did you make of the verdict, the 6 weeks?
Oh, I guess probably like most people, it seems about right. I guess I think that's probably the first thought, is that it seems about right, and I think I'm like everyone else. You sort of looks at it and you see what happens, and we don't want that to occur in sport at any level, but it seems like it's about right.
Talk of a red card, I mean, for instance like that, what did you make of that discussion?
Well, probably the first part of the discussion is we don't want that to happen in sport. I mean, we understand things happen, and things happen in all teams, and obviously off the ball ones, right off the ball ones, are ones we've got to be mindful of. It's important for our sport in general that things like that don't occur. And then the second part of it, obviously, is the performance part, and it'd be hard to argue, I would imagine, once you've seen something like that happen during a game, that you couldn't argue for a red card. There wouldn't be many sound arguments against it. It's very rare, though. It's very rare that those things happen. So in that one incident, I think it'd be hard to argue against, but I also understand the other point, which is it doesn't happen too often.
Tippett, how's he tracking with his ankle?
Yeah, he's not playing this week, so we're hoping at this stage he's able to train and be available for next week.
Can you see him getting back into this senior team by the end of the year?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's just had to get the ankle right. I mean, he hurt it in round 2, and so he played with it for quite a while, and it wasn't getting much better, and we took the opportunity to give him a few weeks off to get it strong again, and he's been able to do that, and we expect him to be able to do some training next week and be available next week.
You expect him to regain enough form and fitness to kind of push back in, given that you've got people going quite well at the moment?
Yeah, we do. No, he's an important player for us, and when he gets his body right, he's like everyone else. And Kieran Jack was in that same particular mould at the start of the year, that we were playing them. They probably weren't quite right when our team was probably a bit short on numbers, and at the time we thought it was the right decision. But it got too much for Kurt, and he's able to have a couple of weeks off and hopefully get that right and come back and play better. If you're feeling better, generally you're going to play better. It's pretty simple.
Joe McVeigh, first game back, how did he pull up?
Look, really well, which is good. We were happy with the way he went. We're happy that he got through the game. He's pulled up really well. So we expect him obviously to train well again today and be available for this week. So that was a really good sign for him.
How important is that added leadership going to be in the back, heading into the last home run?
Well, he has been an important player for us for a long time. We're able to win games without him, but it's good to have him available and playing the senior team, because he's a quality player that not only plays well but has incredible football smarts, and that's always handy to have great experience in football smarts in your team, particularly from behind the ball, and he certainly helps our setup and helps our play from the back half.
Gold Coast this weekend, they're the best centre bounce team in the competition. What makes them so dangerous to the centre bounce?
Oh, they've got ruckman. Witts has had a fantastic season, and Lyons has had a great year. We know what Gary Abler can do. They've got an enormous amount of talent, and they're playing really good brand of footy. And if they're able to play the sort of footy that they can play, they take some real handling. And whether it's contested ball or stoppage numbers or their movement from their back half to their forward 50 is very impressive, because they've got fantastic talent. They've got a very strong goal-to-goal line, and they've got very good players on all lines. So we saw them kick 18 goals last week and play a really strong brand of footy, and that's what they're able to do.
Do you have to change anything with your setups or anything like that around stoppages to try and negate their sort of dominance of recent?
Look, we will always look at what the opposition do every week, and mix it in with what we like to do and try and get the balance right. That's what we'll do. We'll do the same again this week.
You said recently you've been kicking from low percentage spots sometimes in your goal kicking. Is that something that Do you want to address that, or you want to be kicking from better spots?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, over the last couple of weeks, we've just been taking some shots from lower percentage areas on the ground, and we have to be mindful of that and just get them into better spots to have shots from. It's something that's can go up and down during the course of a season, and we need to look at the reasons why. We need to keep practicing from all areas of the ground, but also try and get them from better positions on the ground.
Alex Johnson returned in the NEAFL, got a goal as well. What did you make of his return?
Fantastic, yeah, it was great. Just really good that we had some players there that went and had a look and just really supported him. Fantastic to see him training at the moment, let alone playing. So he had a grin on his face this week that's been hard to get off his face because he's been so happy about just getting out and playing and being part of the warm-up. He said a few times that he had to remember what a pre-match routine was because he didn't have any clue. He couldn't remember what it was. It's been that long since he played. So it's a great story to have him back around training and then playing. And we know he's just a small step and he's still got a long way to go, but it is an important small step.
In the case that Callum Mills doesn't get up this week, John, is it a case for swap defender?
Look, we'll have to work out what that looks like. We're not sort of prepared to jump at shadows just yet in regards to whether Callum plays or doesn't play. He looks positive at the moment, so we'll make that call if we need to. But at the moment, we'd expect him to be okay.
And are you flirting with the potential of bringing Cal Sinclair back, considering you did mention their ruck setup?
Look, that's something that's an option for us. Cal was really good for us in the reserves last week. Went back and played a really strong game, and that's something that was definitely considered. We thought Naismith played well last week, but whether we do that every week is something that we'd like to be flexible with and make that decision according to the opposition and what our balance of the team looks like. So the good thing is we've got the option to do that if we think so because of how we played last week and his form in the seniors was okay before that as well.